We wrap our fall AD podcast today talking all things Mariemont Warriors. Catching up with Tom Nerl. Coach, how we doing this morning?
I'm well, Rob. How about you? Wasn't a bad weekend for the city of Cincinnati with the
No,
Bengals with the win.
things are all a little better. It's fall is in
Yeah.
the air
Oh my
and
God,
a little chilly this morning, Coach.
it was. We went from hot to cold, but glad it wasn't air conditioning hot, furnace cold because that really stinks when that
Yeah,
happens. But yeah, great weekend for homecoming. Trees are starting to turn, so yeah, it's good being the fall.
yeah, it's great. We'll start girls volleyball on today's show. Let's see, tomorrow. Let's see, two CHL matches this week, hosting the Wildcats from Deer Park on Tuesday, and then traveling to Reading on Thursday, and then it's tournament time a week from tomorrow. So let's get everybody caught up with girls volleyball.
Yeah, the last week started off really well for them, a five-set win out at Batavia. That's always a good challenge for us with a Division II team. Had a lead in the first game at Madeira and then snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Fell in three there. Fell in three good games to Wyoming on Thursday. Just not getting over the top yet. So hopefully we catch a little fire this week. Deer Park swept us in three at Deer Park earlier in the season, and so I'd like to get
We'll pay back time.
little area, a little come up and there on senior night. It'll be senior night for our six seniors, largest number of seniors we've had probably in about 5 years.
Right.
So we really want to send them off well. They're also doing some events for ALS and breast cancer stuff on Tuesday, so that'll be good for them. But as you said, the tournament starts next Tuesday. We are hosting two brackets of the Division III tournament here at Mariemont. Our Warriors will play on Tuesday at 6 p.m. They're the number 6 seed. Will face number 5 seed Claremont Northeastern. They get out there with a win. They'll play on Saturday at 10 a.m. here at Mariemont. So glad to host the tournament. Really hoping we can just start clicking because they're a good team. They just need to believe it, and hopefully we click and go on a little bit of a run like we did last year.
Tom, on you had mentioned a lot of seniors on this year's team. Is that due to a great middle school program kind of feeding through the high school? Is it the coaching staff? Is it all the above? You know what? Because that's exciting when you have a big senior laden team, especially going into the tournament because they've been there before.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. Our coach has been here now for 5 years, and so we've got that consistency, and they know a little bit of what to expect, and so that helps when you have the consistent coaching in place coming through. It also helps that we have a number of volleyball players, kids that are volleyball players first.
Okay.
In the past, we've had a number of athletes that play multiple sports and pick the game up in junior high, and so it's not really their passion. But our community has had a youth volleyball 3 years ago, and that is really catching fire. And just the numbers that are coming up, just the quality of play in our junior high program has really increased. And so, instead of starting at one level, we're starting two or three levels up with our coaching in junior high and coming through. A very exciting season last year, kept a lot of people on board. And so, yeah, I think the last 3 years, I think we've had two seniors each year. And so this is just nice to get those groups to stick together, stay
Sure.
together, hang together. They love to play together, friends on and off the court. So now hopefully those friends can get a few more wins
Right.
and get above 500 and then make a run to the tournament.
Yeah, best of luck to them closing out the regular season this week, and then next week in the tournament. Hopefully, there's several wins in there as they make the march in the tournament. Great. Let's talk. Go to the hard court. Talk girls tennis. They're having a great year.
Oh my
I know
God.
we're in tournament play now. Regular season wrapped up. Let's talk girls tennis a little bit.
Yeah, Lucy Hanser had a long day on the courts. I think she's on the courts like 7 hours in the tournament last week and just some grueling matches and ended up losing her last match. Did not make it to the district tournaments, but both our double squads did.
Right.
Lucy Glassmeyer, Ella Malfa come out with the top seed out of the sectional, and they will face the Oakwood pair in the districts on Thursday at the ATP. And then Cece Kuwatch and Veronica Drake with great matches on that sectional play as well. And they'll face the doubles team from Cincinnati Country Day. We're really fortunate down here to have the ATP to play at
No question.
for the sectional and district tournaments. Just a great venue for the girls to play on, great venue for fans to go watch, and so we're really appreciative of that. But also, they're feeling pretty good about things, so hopefully we get out there and on Thursday get a couple wins. It'll be very exciting if we can secure one of the spots and go to state.
Yeah, best of luck to both doubles teams there at the ATP. Hopefully they advance. Let's switch over to the pitch. Let's start girls soccer first. Let's see. Hosting. So will this be senior night on Wednesday? Hosting Reading, or is they already?
I think we had our senior night last week, and so
okay.
the nervous AD always prefers not to have senior night on the last night in case you get a storm or rain or cancellation. And so they had theirs, but you're right. They face Reading on Wednesday at home. That's their last regular season home game. A couple tough matches last week. Dropping one to Wyoming, I think 3-2, and I believe McNicholas 2-1. Again, Division II teams, very tough competition for our young squad. They're playing well. We're going to figure out how not to give up a score after we get a score. Stop getting playing the get one give one game. But they've had such a tremendous season. They captured the number 3 seed in the tournament draw, so that's a little bit of nod to just what they are doing. They took the bye in the tournament on Monday, so next Thursday they will face the winner of Georgetown and Ripley here at Mariemont High School, and if they win that one, the following Monday. So yeah, good for them, and really ready to start the tournament.
Yeah, you can tell they're ready for tournament time. Best of luck to them. Let's go to the boys' side. Let's see. We traveled to Reading on Tuesday to wrap up their regular season, yes. CHL match over at Veterans Memorial. So that'll obviously be on grass. I can't imagine they have many matches on grass anymore. So that'll be a unique opportunity. And then they start the following week against Laughlin in the tournament at home.
Yeah, it is. Playing on grass is always a challenge, just because so many people have turf anymore,
right.
And they get on a grass field late in the season. So that'll be a challenge within itself. And Reading's been playing schools tough. So, but yeah, as you said, wrap up the regular season. A nice win against Batavia this week. A nice win with Wyoming earlier as well. Deer Park before that, or Deer Park this week, and Wyoming before that. So just a good run for them going into the tournament. They've got, as you said, the number 3 seed as well. Laughlin at home on Tuesday with a win against Laughlin. They'll face Finneytown at home on Saturday at 7:00. So these things just start stacking up. Just a reminder to anyone watching this, as you go to sectional and district games, the state does have the cash option for tickets at the gate, but the state is also encouraging that people buy their tickets online. And so if you get your tickets online at ohsaa.org/tickets, they have the student ticket option for $5. The adult ticket is $8. There's no fees involved with that. That's your price out the door. That's what's going on your card. If you pay at the gate, it's $10 cash. And so really try and get the word out there for people to save money. Hold on to that extra $2, $4, however many people you're bringing in, get your tickets online. But really a good week of tournaments, crazy week of tournaments for us here with right. boys and girls and boys and girls and volleyball. So not only for what we do here, but we'll also give a shout out to all the schools that are hosting tournaments and tournament games. Just adding stuff to their plate in order that our kids can play. Right. And you got to have tournaments. You got to have tournament managers. You got to have tournament officials. So last week was Tournament Appreciation Week. We certainly appreciate all those officials that have stuck with it, that continue to work the games, and then a big thank you to everyone that's hosting games throughout the tournament.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Tom, because you guys have always hosted, and it's a great venue to play at, and I'm sure the teams appreciate you guys doing that. So it's awesome.
Yeah, we like doing it. I've always believed I can't complain about people not hosting if we don't do our part. So and we have a great.
No question. Yeah, one of my faves. So great. Best of luck. Best of luck to the soccer teams. as they wind down and go into tournament play. Let's talk about boys and girls golf.
Yeah. Yeah, they wrapped up their seasons last week. The boys had a team trip to the district tournament up at Heatherwood. The girls sent a couple of individuals, Charlotte Solar and Lily Billups. Heatherwood it's a beautiful course. It's a great course. It's also very challenging on
Yes.
the back nine. And with the boys starting on the back nine, we thought they'd catch a little fire on the front. They played well, just not well enough. Will Stevens just off the pace. I think there was a tiebreaker for the last qualifier, and he was one shot off of that, so he did not get in the tiebreaker. But still, a great round for him and Carter McGahee. On the girls' side, Charlotte Solar was in the hunt coming down to the last three holes. There's only two qualifiers for the girls, and she missed both of those. But her and great season for them.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's see. So that was good stuff there. Are you seeing the what's the improved play in high school golf these last 3 to 5 years? Because it sure seems like scores are dropping, and I'm just amazed because these are tough courses these teams are playing, and it's amazing to me the competition and the success of high school golf.
Yeah, it's great that you've brought that up because there's a number of individuals that have really improved their games and that concentrate on golf and play year round and playing the great tournaments in the season. But Drew Seichter up until he got hurt was one of our leading golfers. He's also a soccer player. He's also a hockey player. Charlotte Solar is also a lacrosse player, and so there are those two sport athletes that go out and do well. A number of really good individuals. I think one thing I commented on maybe last year was just the team play seemed down a little bit, but we were spoiled here. And Max Long, Will Grimmer, some of the golfers that we had come through here, but the play is really starting to pick up again, and the scores are outstanding. And it's tough. It's tough to get out of Cincinnati to go to the districts. It's tough to get out of the districts. I mean, not only do you have your tough golf schools down here, and then you throw an Alter, a Bishop Fenwick into the mix as well. Very strong golf programs as well. So to elbow your way out and get to state is tough. A lot of great golf down here in the Southwest District. So good luck to everyone who made it. I believe Madera is on their way up there. So good luck to them as they move on.
Yeah, it's really exciting. So let's switch to the gridiron. Well, wait, what a game you guys had hosting Wyoming Friday night. I actually had tuned in from my broadcast and had it on my phone watching it, and what a great game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was right
game.
there. I mean, I know so many thoughts start going through people's head as you start getting late in the game, but the boys responded well. I mean, the first series we opened up, Wyoming picks off a pass on our 5-yard line. They take it in 2 plays later. You're 2 minutes in, 3 minutes into the game. You're thinking, oh, we might be in trouble tonight. But Wyoming went up 14-0. We put a score on the board where we drive right before the half. I think we have first and goal. And then we got stopped on 4th and 1 right before the half. Well, if you put that one, you take away the takeaway and put that other one in the end zone. All of a sudden, it's 14-7 the other way. And then in the second half, you run into it. Defense did an outstanding job. Limiting the Hancock kid, just limiting their receivers. Finn Warden had a tremendous day on defense. I think he had 14 tackles. Charlie Tully doing what he does on offense, finding targets, just being patient back there. Offensive line really stepped up, did a great job against Wyoming.
Yes.
Davis Whitmore, Ryan Glassmeyer, Cooper Naccioni with fantastic clutch catches throughout the game, and just one mistake there down the end, and we got the ball back with about 3 minutes starting to drive, and we just could not convert on that third down. Ended up giving Wyoming the ball back and then kicking the field goal right down the wire. So kind of a gut punch, but kind of it was good to see just how disappointing is not the word, how upset our guys were that they didn't get the W. That it's starting to matter, and especially with a team like that. 77 regular season wins. Boy, it'd been nice to have to be the asterisk on the streak breaker, but we didn't get it, and so we're still in the playoff hunt. We're 14th in the rankings this week. The top 16 go. We go to Deer Park. Deer Park is always a challenge for us, and so then we finish up at Reading. That has 5 wins on their schedule, so we need a win to get in. Need a couple big wins, but I think that was a turning point for us against Wyoming the other day with a homecoming game. It was really fun because we had some teachers that live nearby and look over your shoulder in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden they're on the sideline, and you go, "Where'd you come from? I didn't think you were here." Oh, I was following Twitter and or X or whatever it is now, and came up and want to see the end of the game and the crowd growing and sticking around. So yeah,
Now,
great
Coach,
environment, great game. Yeah.
as an administrator, I know that it was a loss, but you hung with the best team in the league. You had the chance to win. It had to be seen that the program's on the right direction. The enthusiasm on the sideline and the stands. From that standpoint, when you put aside the loss, it had to be gratifying from that standpoint.
Yeah, no, as an athletic director, and I've always said, we kind of get our report cards when we see community members coming to our games, and we hear community members talking about our teams in the positive light, just people whose kids have graduated, 6, 7 years ago, and they come back to the games. We have, we have people involved with our program whose kids have gotten out over 10 years ago, and they come back and they work the chains, and we have people who want to be a part of our film crew and stuff like that. And that's where we get our report card. And I've always believed that Coach Leon does a great job with his game plans each week. And as I told someone over the weekend, he does a great job of game planning. Sometimes it's the it's the execution of it, which falls on sometimes the players' hands that we don't see in the stands. And I'm not throwing the players under the bus here at all, but sometimes things don't work out the way you draw them up. And
Right?
our kids responded really well at Madera the week before to come back, and to come back this week and to perform like that. Yeah, things are on a great charge there. And you're right, it is gratifying. And you just look at our season, and holy cow, the last 45 seconds to Williamsburg, they're 8-0. Holy cow, that'd been a heck of a win. The third quarter at Indian Hill, you pull within one score, that gets away. Taylor, another loss. You're driving for the go ahead score in the last quarter, and miscommunication there. And so you look at our 4 losses and you go, holy cow, this team could be 7-1 real easy and top of the playoffs, but we're not. And so we need to go 2-0. We need to go 1-0 this week, and next week make it 2-0 and get to the playoffs, because the playoffs are so much fun in football.
It's great. Control your own destiny 1 week at a time, and then you got your in. So best of luck to them this week with Deer Park. Let's wrap this week's show up with cross country. CHL championships coming up this Saturday at Talawanda, and then we go into the state tournament.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how quick you start getting to championships, especially cross country. The team girls and boys team ran at Milford last week. They both finished the highest of any small school team. So the boys were 4th. They were behind Mason, Western Brown, and St. X. So those are 3 pretty big programs. Ben Fonstock led the pack all race and took first. Caleb Harrison, I believe, finished 7th in that race. Those 2 have been our 1 and 2 all year. Just a great job. And with the CHL at Talawanda this week, it's going to be fun because we have a few schools from the Southwest Ohio Conference running in our race as well. We'll split up the results, but we get some different people that help get out front with us as well, which always helps the leaders. And then on the girls' side, they finished 3rd at Milford, behind Milford and Seton. Again, the largest small school team to finish there. Grace Maverdoglu, Caroline Buck, and Mary McIntosh. I think they were 6, 8, and 12 coming in there. They've been our big 3 all year. So put them in the CHL. Let's see what they do. It'll be a lot of fun. Then the next week, it's Voice of America for districts, and so it's a great time of the year. It's a busy time of the year, but this is where the fun starts.
Yeah, that's great. Well, best of luck to all the teams this week as they wind down their regular season and get into tournament play, and best of luck to the ones that are already in tournament play. Tom, thanks for all these great shows. We're so glad that we started doing these again, and great traffic, great content. Hopefully the fans are loving it, and thanks for all your time and efforts on making these great shows.
Well, thank you, because I know you do a number of schools, and you have a lot of prep work to do. I know what I do on my side here, and you've got that times eight.
Yeah. So,
and the website is great. It's always updated. We just sent our tournament results or tournament games on there. That's MariemontSports.com. If you're watching this, you've seen that, or you know where to go. But the tickets for the tournament, ohsaa.org/tickets. If all the tournament information is ohsaa.org/SWDAB. All the brackets, all the updates are there as we get into postseason tournaments, and all of our league stuff at chlsports.com. So follow us everywhere. But Rob, thank you. Not only promoting our program, but all the programs. Appreciate all that you do.
Sounds great. And for the fans, we'll start this back up December 4th. Monday, December 4th, we'll do 8 shows for the winter season, get everybody up to speed with what's going on with the Warriors during the winter. But Tom, best of luck in the tournament, and we'll touch base soon.
Great, Rob. Thank you.
Have a great week. Thanks. See you, Tom.